Hi, and welcome to my channel, Laura's Library Card. So today I'm going to run through what I have checked out on my library cards and kind of give you a little update on my reading progress for each of those books, and let's dive right in. So the first book I have checked out is one I've mentioned before, The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. This is the first book in the Wheel of Time series that I'm doing a read along, and look at all those pretty tabs. This is my super cute annotating pouch. I have all my tabs and pens in there. So far I'm really loving it, and I think around chapter 18, and I will probably be about halfway point by the end of the week. Books I mentioned last week are Beach Read by Emily Henry, Hidden Valley Road by Robert Kolker, and White Fragility by DiAngelo. Each of these I have checked out, and I haven't actually started any of them other than what I mentioned last week. That's not true. On Friday, I started to listen to White Fragility. I got like 1 or maybe probably 2% of the way in, and there was already multiple times that I wanted to stop and kind of highlight things. So I paused and checked. I wanted to check out the ebook so that I can make some highlights. And so I'm first in the hold queue for that. So I'm hoping it'll show up any moment now, and then I can sort of listen and make notes for White Fragility as I read. I also have checked out Between the World and Me by Ta-Nahisi Coates. I don't really know anything about this other than it popped up as something similar to White Fragility. So I thought, okay, well, like this is something I need to clearly educate myself on, and it was immediately available. So I checked that ebook out today, but like I said, I haven't had a chance to start it yet. I've made a lot more progress with Sapiens by Yuval Noah Harari. I think I'm about 2/3 of the way through. And the first part was so interesting because I'd never taken an anthropology class, I'd never taken an archaeology class. And so I really was enjoying the first chunk of the book, and I kind of talked about that in a previous video. For me, I've been sort of slowing down because there's been a lot of discussion about like empires and the factors in the world that have influenced humanity over time. And yes, a lot of that is really interesting, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, like it's not really a surprise that the spread of monotheism like influenced culture. Seemed relatively straightforward. So I would like to finish that up. It expires in another maybe 2 days. So that's what I've been sort of listening to a little bit more in the background at work. The last few books I have checked out on my library card are all romance books. I have Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas, which I have not started. And I have Beefcake by Jiffy Kate. So this is actually part of the Green Valley Chronicles series that I have mentioned in the past that have to do with the fake town, Green Valley in Tennessee. So they're sort of hillbilly but romancy, and I actually started this one last night, and I think I'm about 30% of the way through. So we've met both of our main characters, and they both are already feeling lusty toward each other, but I'm a little unsure like what the main conflict is going to be for this book. So it's pretty solid, and I'm about 30% of the way through, and I'm enjoying it. And the last book that I have checked out that I worked on today is The Wedding Date by Jasmine Guillory. So I'm listening to this on audiobook, and I'm really enjoying it. The story is about a wedding. These two main characters meet each other. It's an adorable little meet cute in an elevator. He needs a wedding date because it's his ex's wedding, and they kind of have this instant spark. And so he takes a leap and asks this woman he just met in an elevator, and that they got stuck in an elevator, to be his date. So it sort of has a lot of tropes of like, oh, fake relationship, sort of limited time to be together, but they're already having a lot of feelings, and I'm enjoying it so far. So that's everything I have checked out on my library card, friends. Just kind of short and sweet. If you have anything to say about any of these books or any recommendations based on anything I've mentioned, please go ahead and comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.